Can you hear me?
Sarah,
Can you hear me?
how are you?
Okay, good.
Good, good, good. Um, let's see. Big test Thursday, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. And before we get going, would you be able to meet regularly on Wednesdays at 4? I might have a student who's going from twice a week to once a week and giving up that slot.
I think so. Yes.
Okay, well,
I'll
make
have,
sure, and
yeah, and then
then
I'll
you'll be, if that happens, you'll be first. Was that a dab? Did you just,
that was a sneeze.
that's what they should have done, right? Instead of sneezing your elbow, they just should say, when you got to sneeze. Am I right?
Yeah.
Think how cool the world would be. We'd all be like, I'll give you first dibs, okay?
Okay, I'll talk to my dad and make sure and I'll text you.
Okay.
Okay.
I texted him
Hmm.
and asking if he wanted me to keep bugging him and or you if I have a slot
Hmm.
open, and then if I had a regular slot, did he want it? And he said
Hmm.
yes and yes. So I guess it's just a matter of if you need it and if you're available.
Okay.
So
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's on the plate? Let's go.
Okay, so I had a sub one like yesterday, so I am really lost on what did we learned geometric series, like that formula and like problems with that formula. Do you want me to send you a picture of the
Yeah.
I
So if
have
go ahead.
I have my work done, but for our worksheets, since she was absent, we like watched a video and like it does the work for you. So I followed along with the person, but I still don't really understand how to do it.
Okay.
So I'll send
So
you
yeah,
the
send me a pic.
okay. They're sending right now. There,
Okay.
I think they sent.
Yep, I got it. All right. So let's see. She has very particular worksheets, doesn't she?
Yeah.
All right. So you already know the general formula to find a particular term in a geometric sequence. Am I right?
That's the A1 parentheses 1 minus R to the
Well,
power of N.
that's the sum.
Oh,
Did
that's
you
the
learn
main
a? Go ahead.
that's the main formula that I think we've been doing.
Okay. Did you learn a sub n equals a sub 1 times r to the n minus 1 for geometric?
Yeah, we did, I think.
That's what I meant. That's to find a particular term. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, we did. For geometric, that's like the geometric sequence one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is series though. All a series is the sum of the sequence. That's all.
Oh, okay.
That's all. All right. So let me start sharing. Okay. So you can see it okay?
Yes.
What am I doing? Okay. All right. So are we okay with this? We know what everything is.
Yeah.
A sub 1's the first term, R is a common ratio, blah, 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 blah.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, so what are they asking for?
To find S14.
And what does that mean exactly?
The 14th sequence.
What does S stand for?
Does it stand for sequence or sum?
Sum.
Okay.
And so what does the 14 mean?
Oh, the sum of 14
Yep,
sequences?
the sum of the first 14 terms,
Okay.
right? Okay, so, oh, why did I do that? I meant to do this. Come on, Dave. Okay. All right, so we know that S of n is equal to the first term times 1 minus the common ratio to the n power over 1 minus the common ratio, right?
Yes.
So what is a sub 1 equal to?
4.
4. What is r equal to?
5.
Good. And how did you get that?
Because 4 times 5 is 20. And 20
What if you
times
weren't
5.
that smart? What if you didn't know your multiplication tables?
Then I don't know.
You would take any term, pick any term,
100.
and divide it by the previous term.
Oh, 100 divided by 20
Yes.
is 5.
That's what you really need to know, because sometimes you can't tell what you multiply by. Or even
Okay.
worse, they're variables. Can you imagine the horror, Sarah? If these weren't
Oh.
numbers, but they were variables. The common ratio is the ratio of any two consecutive terms, but it's a term divided by the previous term. Okay.
Okay.
Really, really important. Not now. Life is great. But you know how
Yeah.
math is like, oh, okay, and then you get hit with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's gonna happen. Okay. So R is 5, right?
Mhm.
And what is N in this particular problem?
14.
There you go. So S of 14 is going to be equal to 4 times 1 minus 5 to the
5.
who?
14.
Over
1 minus
1
5.
minus, yeah. So now we're just simplifying that on up, right? 1 minus 5 to the 14th over negative 4. You okay with
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
It's calculator time, unless you want to do, I guess we could cancel out the 4s now, couldn't we?
We can. Oh, yeah.
Like bonk, bonk, right?
Mhm.
So it just turns into 1 minus 5 to the 14th power, right?
Yes.
And you can totally do that in your head, right? I mean, it's
Wouldn't-
clear it's negative 610 billion, 350, no, negative 6,103,514,624. I mean, how hard is that?
Wait, is that -4? So it'd be -4 to 14th power, right? And then you like that's how you
Oh,
got.
you young, oh my gosh, don't make me come over there. Don't you make me come over there. What is 1 plus 2 cubed?
1 plus 2 cubed is 9.
You did 2 cubed, right?
Yeah.
You took care of the exponent first, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
What's being cubed? Just the 5, not the
Yeah.
minus.
Okay.
The words you're searching for are, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I will never, ever
I will never ever
forget
forget
the
the
order of operations.
order of operations.
Or I
Or I
will hear
will hear
a knock at the door, and don't open it because it might be me. It might be me. All right. Okay. So that turns out to be this horrifically large negative number, but it's divided by a negative number, right? So a
Yeah.
negative divided by a negative is a positive. 6,
Wait,
1,
so
0. Go ahead.
the 4, wait, what are you dividing it by? Because,
-1.
oh, so the 4 cancels out, but there's still -1 there.
What else would be there? You think it
I
just like it goes?
That's what I thought when my teacher says cancel out, because she like,
This what's really happening, and I'm making fun of you because your entire species thinks it just goes away. But what is really happening here is it's 1 times 1 minus 5 to the 14th over -1.
okay.
After you cancel out the 4. Here's what's actually really happening. So if I have like 4, let's just say x squared instead of 1 minus 5 to the 14th over 4. And we just cross it out, and then it forces your species to think there's nothing here.
Yeah.
But there's a 1. Right? That's 1x squared over 1, but you have on your big girl tank top, I think. And we don't write those things. We just write x squared. Because we know there's ones there.
Okay.
Furthermore, the reason you can cancel these, and I'm doing this on purpose because it's really, really important as you progress that you understand this. I'm not just having fun yelling at you, because it is fun, let me tell you. That 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1, isn't it?
Yes.
That's why you can cancel that. So what this really is 1 times x squared, which is anything times 1 is the anything. That's what canceling out means. It means that something over something is 1, and 1 times anything is the anything. Okay. It's not like some magic poof trick, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so there you go. 515 624, which is what's the person on the video got.
Okay.
You good?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So next one. You want to try this one?
Which?
Number 2?
Yeah. Yeah.
Without looking at your paper?
Yes.
Except for the formula. And I'll write the formula, although I'm assuming you're gonna have to have it memorized.
Well, she's doing this thing, like if we get a 90 or above on all of our homework, then she gives us the formula. But if we don't, then we have to memorize it. So I didn't get a 90 or above on all my homework. So now I have to like go back and see on all my, because she reopened them. So now I have to go back and try to get a 90 or above on all of them to see. So yeah, I don't know if I'll have the formulas yet.
Well, then I suppose we better know them.
Yeah.
Or get a hundy from mom or dad and slip the teacher a hundy. All right, let's go. Let's see what you got.
Oh, okay, I'm doing the problem.
Yes, remember? Or you said,
okay.
It's up to you. It's up to you. I thought
I'll try to.
Okay. And I'm assuming you can use a calculator as well.
Yes, we can. Okay. This one's division, so can you still do like 9 divided by 27 to know? Because it's like,
yeah, that's how you do it.
Because the ratio is 1/3, right?
That's right. So the common,
Okay.
yeah, ratio is 1/3. Good.
Yeah.
Or 3 divided by 9 makes it even easier, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's just easier to simplify. 3/9 is 1/3.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever floats your boat, doesn't matter.
So after you plug it into the formula,
Mm-hmm.
you can't cancel anything out. So do you distribute the 81?
Well, hold on. 181 times 1 minus 1/3 to the 20th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over 1 minus 1/3. Well, if it depends on how good you are at your calculator and what your relationship is with fractions. Okay. I wouldn't distribute there's really no reason to distribute the 81 because you're just going to punch it in your calculator. And then you might do something horrific, like try and multiply 81 by 1/3 before it's raised to the 20th power and break the rules of the order of operations. But you, Sarah McLeod, would never, ever do such a thing, would you?
No.
So my advice would be to just leave it, right?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you could, what's 1 minus 1/3?
Negative, no. 2/3.
Good. So there is a cancellation thing happening there. Like you could sort of like keep change flip, but I mean, why don't you just put it all in your calculator?
Oh,
Like, do
so
you have the
like
TI-84?
I use Desmo's calculator like online. Like it's like
Oh,
a
yeah,
website where you type it in.
yeah, I know it. So you
Do I?
can put it in exactly like this. So you probably should practice doing that, don't you think?
Yeah.
Especially if it's going to be complicated like this.
Yes.
And
That's a good.
we're kind of like Avril Lavigne, aren't we? Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated?
I have to go to the Desmos calculator.
Go ahead.
I don't know where. Do I have to put a parentheses around the 1/3 when I put it in the calculator?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
When you're raising it to the 20th power, yes.
Okay. I got 121.5.
Is that what it is on your, is that what the video monster got? Yep,
Yeah.
on your worksheet. Feeling a little bit better?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's try 3. But it doesn't say, oh yeah, it does. Okay, this is a little bit different now.
Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't tell us how many terms are in this series, right? So we have to figure it out. So that's where we're going to have to use both formulas. the general formula, a sub n, which stands for each term,
Mhm.
is equal to a sub 1 times r to the n minus 1. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then s sub n equals a sub 1 times 1 minus r to the n over 1 minus r, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So do you agree that 3 is a sub 1, 6 is a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, that looks like a 9, a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, and this, we don't know what 6144 is. We don't know how many terms there are, do we?
No, we don't.
But we do know, like, we can represent any term as the nth term. So I'm going to think of 6144 as a sub n, because
Okay.
I don't know what n is yet, right?
Mhm.
Well, a sub n is 6144, so I'm going to substitute it here, right?
Yeah.
Equals a sub
3.
1, which is 3, yes,
Mhm.
times the
And
common ratio, which is what?
2. Yeah.
2 to the n minus 1, right?
Yes.
Holy smoke, Sarah, if I can solve for n, isn't that the term number for 6144?
Yeah.
It is, because we let a sub n be 6144.
So in this one, do you multiply 3 times 2 first?
What is this up here, Sarah? What do we call this?
That's an exponent.
It is an exponent. And what's the order of operations? Parentheses.
Parentheses, exponent, multiplication,
Oh, what was
division,
before multiplication? What was the word before multiplication?
exponent,
Exponent. What is this?
an exponent.
Have we taken care of the exponent before multiplying by the 3?
No, but
No. So are we
can
ever going to do that?
no.
No, we're not.
But if the variable's in the exponent, then how do you?
Well, we just can't multiply the 3 times the 2. That's all. Can't do
Okay.
it because we would have to be able to take care of the exponent first, and we can't take care of the exponent because we don't know its exact value.
Okay.
Okay, can't do anything with it. But what I can do, it's the rules of solving equations remain the same. Okay,
Mhm.
what I do to one side of the equation is totes cool, and yes, I said totes, as long as you do it to the other side. It's because I'm cool. I am totes cool, right? If you don't know what that means, that's short for totally.
Oh.
Try it on your friends. They'll think you are so cool. All my friends think I'm cool. So we're solving for n, yes?
Yes.
Okay, well, I need to get rid of that 3. That 3 is annoying. It's
Mhm.
annoying. And it's being multiplied. So to undo the multiplication, I could divide, right?
Mhm.
And the 3's cancel, yes.
Yeah.
Because 3 over 3 is equal to what?
1.
1. Because that's what's actually happening, right? All
Yeah.
right. So then 61. Have you learned about logarithms yet?
Yes, I was like our unit, I think right before this one.
Okay. So now we have 2048 is equal to 2 to the n minus 1. Is this looking, do you recall what the person did? They sure did this. That's what they did.
Yeah, I remember 2048 coming up.
Right. So that's where the person in the video got it.
Mhm.
Okay. So now you have a choice. You can either use logarithms to solve for n by taking the logarithm of both sides, or you can recognize, oh, this has a base of 2, right? This is 2
Mhm.
to something. equals 2048. And if this is indeed a series, which it is,
Mhm.
then 2048 must also be able to be written with a base of 2. Like 2 to some power.
Oh, okay.
So it happens to be 11.
How do you find that?
Well, you would go, you would have to use your calculator or do it in your head. Like 2 times 2 is 4, 8,
Okay.
16, 32, 64, right? And keep going.
Yeah.
That's a long way to go. So,
Yeah.
or you could just play with your calculator, right?
Okay.
So why is this helpful?
Be because I have no idea.
Sure
Because
you
I
do.
don't know. I don't know what to do next because now I'm
Sure
the
you do.
ends.
You're just
So
intimidated by the whole process. Okay, you ready for this action?
yeah.
5 to the x equals 5 squared. What does x equal?
2.
X equals 2. So in order for these two to be equal, the exponents have to be equal.
So would n equal 10 or would n equal 11
Well, let's back it up like a Tonka truck. Do you
or
agree
12?
that the exponents have to be equal?
Yeah.
So then 11 would have to equal n minus 1.
So it'd be 12 minus 1. 12 equals. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So you're just solving an equation at that point, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So finally, we have n. That means that 6144 is the 12th term,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So I'm just going to write that in there. So 6144 is the 12th term, meaning we're finding the sum of the first 12 terms. Because this
Yes.
dot, dot, dot means all the stupid terms in between,
Okay.
right? Okay. So now you should be able to do it. What's a sub 1?
3.
What is r?
2.
And what is n?
12.
All right, go.
Okay. Okay, so 1 minus 2 is -1. And then after that, you do 2 to the 12th power, or do I just plug it in, or do I just put it in a Desmos calculator?
I would put it in a calculator. If you're ever
Okay.
unsure, you have this awesome calculator at your disposal, right?
Yeah, I can use it on the test.
Yeah, well then, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, you can put it over 1 minus 2 if you want to.
Okay. I got 12,285.
You got that right, Jackson?
Okay.
Why are you so surprised?
I didn't think it was going to be right.
Okay, so let's think about this, Sarah, because you could make your calculator life a little bit easier, right? So
Yeah.
this is over -1, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can take 3 divided by -1, which becomes just simply -3 times 1 minus 2 to the 12th.
Wait, 1
Because 3,
divided. 3
3 divided by
-1.
-1 is -3.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And then,
Or you put it on the calculator, but eventually this kind of thing's going to catch up to you, right? You're not going to
okay.
have your calculator. You're going to have to be able to do that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Y'all good?
Yeah. Can I close the door so that way it's not
Of
so loud with
course.
my dad talking? I'm sorry. Wait.
Oh my God. Just go, hey, shut up.
What?
Just tell him, hey, shut up. I'm doing math here.
He's talking really loud.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
Okay.
All good?
Yes.
Totes?
Yep.
All right. Let's do it again. Want to?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have your formulas in front of you?
I have a ace one. I have that one in front of me, but I don't have the other one.
You're going to have to know them, aren't you?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wait, so first okay.
So here's how you can think about it, Sarah, if you're not sure what to do first, right? The
Mhm,
question is find the sum of the series, isn't it?
mhm,
Okay, and so you're like, oh, cool, I got the formula, right? And so
mhm.
you go, all right, oh, awesome. A sub 1 equals what?
4,
4. Woohoo! Common ratio is what?
-3.
Awesome. And n equals what?
You don't know yet?
Oh, snap. So we got to do something to find out which term 2916 is, don't we?
Yes.
And we're going to let it be a sub n and then solve for n using this formula.
Oh, so okay, so it's 2916
Uh-huh.
equals 4
Good.
times -3.
Let's put that in parentheses because the negative is going to be raised to the exponent to the,
And -1.
yes.
And then you divide by 4 on both
Yeah.
sides.
And you are never going to take that 4 and multiply it by the base of an exponent, are you?
No,
Never.
never.
All know, because us mathematicians know when that happens. We have devices and we can locate where it happens and who the perpetrator is. All right.
All right.
All right. So now, what do you got?
296 divided by 4. 729.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then that equals, yeah.
Okay. So if this is true, like, and it has to be true, it has to be true because we're using the geometric series that it came from. So we have to be able to solve for n. N has to be a positive integer. It has to be because n represents the term number 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It can't be 1.726. There's no such thing when you're counting things, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to get at is whatever this base is, there has to be some number or some power that makes it equal. In other words, I'm just looking for -3 to what power equals 729.
And that's
And basically you just have to forget about the negative. and say, okay, 3 to what power is 729?
So do I find that out right now?
Yeah, I want to see if you can do it on your own.
Okay. Six.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's the other thing. 729 is positive, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So we know that this exponent has to be even,
Yeah.
because if it was odd, it would turn out negative, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So as you're looking, that's a little bit of help that you know it's going to be even, right?
Yeah.
All right, you're on. Let's go. Now what?
So then 6 equals n minus 1.
Booyah.
So n has to be 7.
You got that right, Jackson. What? And then we get to yay! I finally get n equals 7. And then it's just a matter of plugging and chugging, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do that.
Okay.
Kim, where are you going? Okay.
I got 2,188.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, did you enter all of this horribleness in?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Now, as you get more confident, which you're going to, you can say, you could see, okay, 1 minus -3 is a positive 4, right? Down here on the
Yeah.
bottom, right?
Yeah.
And then you have 4 over 4, right?
So
And
it cancels
they
out.
cancel because 4 divided by 4 is equal to
1.
and then all you would have to enter is this top part. So, okay.
So it'd be 1. All you'd enter
All
is
you'd have
1.
to do is enter this part instead of all of this.
Okay.
Up to you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Hold on, Sarah, real quick. Here, come here, Kim. Who do you think this is?
Jennifer Lawrence.
She looks Jennifer Lawrence.
That's who she looks like.
You look like Jennifer Lawrence. She looks like someone you and I both worked with long ago in our early days at Harcourt when we were sitting around making tear sheets.
It's not ringing a bell. I'm sorry.
His name rhymes with ref up in the clouds.
Oh, Jeff. Okay.
That's Jeff's
Oh,
daughter.
wow. Hi.
Yeah. And if
Hi.
if she opens the door, you could hear him yelling, but she had to close the door. We worked with your father back when we were not much older than you, actually. Really, like
Really?
maybe 8. Yeah, we were young idiots. Now we're just old idiots, okay? All right, okay. So back to this. She said, you look like Jennifer Lawrence. Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Jennifer Lawrence is?
Is she the actor in Alexander and the No Good, Very Bad, Terrible, Horrible Day?
Don't know. Have you seen I haven't seen that movie. Have you seen Hunger Games?
No,
Do you know Hunger Games?
I've heard of it. Yes.
Okay. She's
Yeah.
Katniss in Hunger Games. All right. Do you have any idea what this means?
Uh,
That's a
means-
no.
yeah.
Okay, so that is the Greek letter sigma. This,
Yeah.
right? And it's
Mhm.
capital. Sigma is S.
Yeah.
S stands for sum.
hmm
So this is a sum. And what it is, it's the sum of the first 25 terms from 1 to 25 generated by this function 2 to the n minus 1. Okay,
Okay.
that's what it stands for.
hmm
So if we were crazy, we would say, okay, I'm going to write out 25 terms and then I'm going to add them up. How do I get those terms? Well, it's 2 to the n minus 1. And what we have to do is plug in 1 through 25 for n.
So 25 for n, or just 1
No.
for n?
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me show you. For the first term is 2 to the 1 minus 1, plugging in 1 for n. And it's a sum. So plus 2 to the 2 minus 1.
Wait,
So this is
what?
do you see how it's n minus 1?
Yeah, and then 1 minus 1 is 0.
Okay, well, don't worry about that yet.
Wait, so where'd you
Don't
get the 2 from?
Because I have to plug every integer in for n from 1 to 25.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So then plus 2 to the 3 minus 1
hmm
plus 2. Can you imagine doing this? 4 minus 1 plus
No.
dot, 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 all the way up to 2 to the 25 minus 1. Ain't nobody got time for that,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
this should look kind of familiar,
hmm
because it is a metric
Geometric
sequence. Yeah,
sequence.
because it's, remember the r to the n minus 1?
hmm
Yeah, okay. So it's actually not bad at all. It's a secret code for the sum of the first 25 terms of this thing. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna list out the first of these terms real quick. So you're right, 2 to the 0 power plus 2 to the first plus 2 to the second plus dot, dot, dot. And then the last term is 2 to the 24th power, right?
hmm Yeah.
Okay, and if we work those out, what is anything to the 0 power?
0. 1. It's 1.
Any number raised to the 0 power is 1, except for 0 itself. It's not defined. But
Okay.
don't worry, that never happens. So 2 to
Mhm.
the 0 is 1 plus 2 plus 4. I should have put 2 cubed plus 8 plus dot, dot, dot plus, I'm not doing 2 to the 24th because I don't
Yeah.
want to. This is just the sum of a geometric series, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the common ratio here?
2.
This is always the common ratio
Oh.
in this
Okay.
format, in this, okay?
Okay.
Whatever has the exponent being raised to it,
Okay.
that's the common ratio. Okay, so we know that S of n equals a sub 1 times 1 minus r to the stupid n over 1 minus r, right?
hmm
And what's a sub 1?
1? No. Yeah.
Yes, it's 1.
Okay.
So that's the only thing you're gonna have to plug in to see, right?
Isn't it if it shows like n equals 1, then it's always like the first term's like always going to be 1, right?
No, it depends on what's going on up here.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be, like, it could be, they don't always start at 1. They could start n equals 7 to 25. So then you'd have to plug in 7 minus 1, and the first term would be 2 to the 6th power.
Okay.
Okay. So a sub
Okay.
1 is 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. R is what?
2.
And n is who?
25, or is it 1?
Well, what does n represent?
The number of terms.
The number of terms. So how
There's
many terms are there going to be?
25.
Yep.
Okay.
Right? Because I'm not being a smart aleck, but from 1 to 25 is going to give me 25 terms, right?
Yeah.
1,
So-
2, 3. Go ahead.
To find that, do you do 1 times 25, or do you just go with the number on top, or do you multiply those two numbers together? Like, if it was a different number, like if it was 2 on the bottom and 4 on the top, would it be 4 terms, or would it be 8
No,
terms?
what that means, what this means is literally count from 1 to 25 to get the terms.
Oh,
1,
okay.
2, 3, boom, 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 to 25, right? Now,
Mhm.
you have an excellent question. What if it was like, I don't know, 2 to 8, n equals 2 to 8, right?
Mhm.
How many terms is that?
Is it
You would count from
6?
2 to 8. One would think so, wouldn't they? But let's
Mhm.
list them out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, there's 7 terms.
Okay.
And that's because you subtracted, right? Or you did 2 plus 6 is 8. Oh, there's 6. Well,
Mhm.
when you're subtracting, you're finding the difference. You're not counting, right?
Yeah.
You're not counting. And
Mhm.
when you subtract the 2, you're really not counting the 2.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So when it's something other than 1 here, it's the difference plus 1 more.
Okay.
Okay. Just like, right? Let's even just what we just did from 1 to 25, right?
Mhm.
25 minus 1 is 24, but we know there's 25 numbers from 1 to 25, don't we? Because you
Mhm.
start at 1 and go to 25,
Yeah.
right? Okay. All right. So now we just plug in, right?
Yes.
So that's going to be 1. Go ahead and plug in on your own, 2 minus 2 to the 25 over 1 minus 2, right?
Yeah. I got 33,000 or
1,000 is
30,
million, you're right.
yeah, 33,554,431.
Excellent.
Okay.
Good.
Yes.
Okay. Isn't math fun?
Oh.
Oh, wasn't everything so wonderful? And
I
it's
like,
like, okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I thought algebra 1 was fun, but ever since algebra 1, I just haven't liked math.
Oh, stop it. It's, I think, actually, I think a lot of it has to do with the COVID thing where it just wasn't the
Mhm.
same, and that's tough, but we're getting past that, Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay, now. This was number 5, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and now we have to do stupid number 6. And number 5 just looks tame compared to number 6, right?
Yeah.
So what are the differences between 5 and 6?
6 has a fraction
Yep.
and a negative, two
Mhm.
negatives.
Yeah.
And the exponent is x equals 1 instead of n
It's
minus.
x minus 1.
Oh, x minus 1.
Hmm. But it does say from x equals 1 at the bottom of the sigma.
Yeah. And
So
then
it
it's
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The variable doesn't matter. It could be
okay.
a cat. Some dead white person, some dead white man decided we're going to let letters represent numbers. That person could have decided we're going to do pictures of animals. Wouldn't that have been awesome
Yeah.
if we were
They're
drawing kitty
probably
cats instead of letters?
yeah.
We would
Probably
all be
more
great.
difficult though.
No, we'd be all great at it by now. Okay. What else is different?
um there's a 1 and an 8 instead of
Uh-huh.
well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how many terms are there in the series for number 6?
8?
Good, because it starts at 1. Excellent.
Okay.
There's one other major difference.
Oh,
This guy.
it doesn't have parentheses. It's like not the
Yeah.
ratio.
Yeah. It's, in fact, it's something multiplied by the ratio, isn't it?
Yeah.
It certainly is, right?
Mhm.
So when that happens, it's like a coefficient. I can rewrite this as negative 32 out in front of the dealio, of the sigma.
Yeah.
So I can find the sum and multiply it by negative 32. Okay.
Wait, fine. So you would ignore negative 32 until and like do the same steps we just did and then
Yep.
okay.
Yep. With one minor little thing we have to remember. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to first ask you, what's the common ratio?
Negative 1/2.
Yay! It's whatever's being raised to the exponent. It's not the number in front. And Sarah McLeod is never, ever going to take that number in front and multiply it by the common ratio because the common ratio has an exponent.
Yes.
And if you do, who's going to know?
You.
Me. And what's going to happen?
Knock on my door.
That's right. Don't open it. Okay. Because I'll be upset. Okay. So you nailed it. The common ratio is negative 1/2.
Okay.
What does n equal?
1. There.
S sub n equals a sub 1 times 1 minus r to the n over 1 minus r.
Oh.
That's our formula.
We don't know what n equals yet.
We certainly do know what n equals because n represents the number of
Terms.
terms.
Oh, it's 8.
There you go. And what else do we need?
The first term.
Yes, we need a sub 1. So to find a sub 1, we have to plug in,
X equals 1.
right, up in here, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so this is where the exception is for not worrying about the negative 32.
Okay.
Okay, we need that. We need to use that to find the first term, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so a sub 1 equals negative 32 times negative 1/2 to the 1 minus 1. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's negative 32 times negative 1/2 to the what?
negative to the 0 power.
which is fantastic news, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because that's mean it's simply negative 32 times who?
negative 1/2
Anything to the 0 power is equal to
is 1.
is 1.
So 1, and then it equals negative 32.
So a sub 1 is negative 32. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So this is our formula, right? So
Mhm.
we know what I want to do, Sarah, is go ahead and incorporate that 32 into this equation immediately, so we
Mhm.
don't forget it. What I would recommend is just write, okay, it's negative 32 times the sum. Just
Okay.
writing it out in front, negative 32, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So go ahead and fill it in and see if you can do it on your calculator.
Okay.
Fill in everything here.
Wait, would you not put, okay.
And it's a race as to who can put it in their calculator fastest.
Oh.
My bet is on the Gen Zer.
I got 680.
Yay! How
Okay.
about that? How are you feeling about this?
Better.
All right, so our hour is up, but I do have time if you want to finish these last two up. 7 and 8. What do you think? That looks like a yes.
Yeah, can we do one more?
Absolutely. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Ooh. These are mean, horrible
Oh.
people, but we've talked about all of this. We've talked about all of it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what is a sub 1? You're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to do it in your head.
Okay. So I plug it into the calculator?
Well, tell me what to write, what we're going to plug in first before.
It would be negative 3 to the power of 6 minus, oh,
Negative 4 times
negative 3.
to the power of,
6 minus 1.
which is 5, right?
5. Yeah.
All right. This is terrible. And in fact, it's going to be such a big number that we're probably going to leave it like that. Let's just see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, it's not bad. What'd you get?
I got 240. Nope. Not. Oh, wait. Yeah, 972.
Okay. All right. So that's not bad, right? And remember,
Mhm.
we're using the formula S sub n equals a sub 1 times 1 minus r to the n, right? over 1 minus r. So we need a sub 1. We need r, right?
Yeah.
So what is r?
-3.
Yes. Good for you. That's always the easiest one. Sarah, here comes the money question.
Okay.
This is the money question. This is the, there's in every single question, there's been one more little stupid twist. What is n?
$15. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. How'd you get it?
I did 20 minus 6 is 14, and then I added 1 because you count the 6.
Every single time, Sarah. Every single time.
Yes.
That's what you do. So now you know when you're counting numbers and you subtract the number of things, you have to add 1. It comes up fairly frequently for the rest of your mathematical life. Not fairly
Okay.
frequently, enough to be an issue, enough to make you mad. Okay. All right. So now what?
Now you find, well, you need ace of 1, which is, you find ace of 1, right?
We already found it.
Oh, 900. So now you plug it in to the calculator.
Okay. So tell me what's happening here.
972
Uh-huh.
parentheses,
972. Okay.
parentheses 1 minus -3. And then to the power of 15,
Yay.
parentheses
That's a
over.
terrible parentheses. Look at that. It just doesn't match the style, does it? Over.
1 minus -3.
And that will be the answer to the question, right?
Yeah.
No, it won't. Why not?
Oh, wait. It won't?
No.
You have to plug it into the calculator, but.
Well, I know that, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not that mean.
Oh, you have to multiply all by -4.
Yes. Don't do all this wonderful stuff and forget that,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So I thought, didn't you see how I left a little more space here? See how clever I am?
Yeah.
All right. All right, go. Let's see which one of us is gonna get it.
Okay.
Oh my God. I wonder if Desmos can handle it.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
It says,
Scientific
this-
notation.
well, it just said it's like it's -1 point, a lot of numbers times 10 to the power of 10.
Yeah, me too. Do you know what that means?
No. Like,
I'll
I
tell
wouldn't
you in a
know
second.
if I got it on a test, I wouldn't know how to put.
I would
it
write
in my-
exactly like that.
Okay.
So all that means is, so you're multiplying by 10 to the power of 10, which is a 1 followed by 10 zeros, right?
Yes.
And if you multiply by a power of 10, you just move the decimal to the right, the same number of zeros.
Oh. So you
Okay,
move the
or the
decimal
same
to
number.
right.
So we would actually move this decimal to the right 10 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So
We add a 0.
so just one more 0. Yeah. So our calculators couldn't handle it. So it's actually equal to Negative 13947138580.
Okay.
This, I think it would be okay. I don't know. You'd have to check with your teacher. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember this? 5,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, and then I need to add on a 0 to do the 10th one.
Okay.
So you'll just have to check with teach on that.
Okay.
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 I'll put a little green in. I won't put anything there. Okay, let's look at the last one. The last one is similar to what we just did. Do you think you want to do it real quick, or do you want to just do it on your own?
We can do
I
it
don't
real
care.
quick.
Let's do it real quick. Okay. Actually, you do it all by your lonesome, and then we'll compare notes, okay?
Okay.
It'll be so much fun, especially if you get it right and I get it wrong. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, listen, I've been getting lucky here.
After you plug in m to find the first term, you get 1/2 to the first power, which is 1/2. Do you multiply that by 81 or do you leave it?
Absolutely.
So okay, yeah.
Yes, you absolutely do.
And it's a decimal, right?
Yeah, what is it?
40.5.
Yeah, you're just taking half of 81, aren't you?
Yeah, so
81
it's
times 1/2 is that makes sense, doesn't it?
yeah, because it's 40 and 1/2, right?
Yep, good.
So the first term is 40.5, right?
Yes.
Okay. I got
You got a
6.
nasty thing, didn't you?
Yeah, it's like 6,554 point, a lot of numbers.
So we're gonna say approximately 6, and you'll have to ask your teacher to what, I'm sure she would tell you on a
Mhm.
test or whatever, maybe to the nearest 10th.
Okay.
But that's what I got too.
Okay.
How about that, Sarah? Now, we didn't get to the second page that you sent me.
That's
Turned
okay.
out
I
it's a
think,
bright white flash, but anyway.
yeah, I think I understood that one more.
Okay.
So I think I'll be okay.
All right. If you find, let's see, your test is Thursday.
Mhm.
If you find yourself in trouble on a question, or like you're reviewing or whatever,
Mhm.
shoot me a text or whatever,
Okay.
and I will try to hop onto Zoom. I have a couple of little breaks tomorrow where I could hop on and help you maybe.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Tell Dad hello, and
Okay, I
good
will.
luck if I don't see you. I'll send you this and a link to the recording. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, Sarah.
Bye.